live. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to This Week Unloaded, Loaded. All right, like the intro says, good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of This Week Unloaded. We've been off for a couple of weeks due to illness and other situations going on. So, yeah, we're back tonight, and so far, as far as panelists are concerned, we have with us Mr. Rob D, the New York Outcast. How are you tonight?
Doing all right. Thanks for having me. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. I want to start the show by scolding YouTube and telling them they owe me an apology. Well, they owe all of us on this panel an apology. A couple months ago, they took down a damned episode and gave us a channel warning saying that we were spreading false information. And lo and behold, everything we said on that episode was confirmed this week by the FDA. So fuck you, YouTube, you sons of bitches.
Yeah, stick that in your pipe and smoke it.
Yeah. Dumb mother. Ooh. Yeah, I was kind of pissed off about that one. Had to vent on that one.
Just goes to show we're genius, man. I mean, we know this stuff before they can even admit it. I don't know. This is high quality stuff here.
Well, you know, since it was just the U.S. government again, you know, who cares about the U.S. government? The UN didn't say it, so they'll still say it's false information. But yeah, all that information we talked about the death rates from the vaccine and everything, the FDA came out this week and said, yep, all of that was true.
Tell them how you really feel, Rich.
No, they don't want me to do that. They're just lucky I don't have a goddamn half Asian lawyer on retainer like Steven Crowder does. Let's just put it that way.
Because half Asian makes them that much better.
Yeah. Hey man, don't diss half Asian lawyer Bill Richmond, man. I'm telling you.
I'm not dissing nobody, man.
That little half Asian dude will sue the shit up for you, man. He'll sue you so fast, and you'll be standing naked wondering what happened to your clothes. But, yeah. Let's see who we got there so far. Yeah, we got a couple of people out there that have links that aren't in here. Bucks out there, and Kingpin, and Single Shot, even Single Shot. I think, wasn't I just talking to you this morning? But, yeah.
Was that Travis's show?
No, that was on Gary's show.
Man, I got thrown off at Travis's show this morning, so totally missed it. Like, I guess he's juggling around his schedules or something. I mean, I got thrown off because he did a midweek show, so
yeah,
I'm lost.
That midweek show. That's something new. He's starting. He's going to do one of those. I think it's every Thursday night, and then today was just because he couldn't do it yesterday, so he did it this morning as a fill-in for yesterday. Yeah, he had other obligations yesterday, so yeah, he went and did that yesterday's show this morning.
Makes sense.
I don't know if I have Single Shot's email. I'd send him a link too. Yeah, I could just do like Val and just throw it out there in the chat, like pull it out and be pro and see what the hell happens.
Yeah, it doesn't always work out good sometimes, but
No,
it's
not for
entertaining.
Gary anyway.
Either way, it's entertaining.
Gary seems to have bad luck when it comes to that.
Yeah, he's got a strange crowd apparently.
Mm. Yeah. I don't know why people want to go on YouTube and do that, but you know, people go on YouTube and do that. So I'd love to know what happened on Friday, but he doesn't want to go into details on that. I missed Friday's show.
Whose show?
Gary's. I missed Gary's show on Friday.
I don't know if I caught it. Nothing stands out on anything crazy, so I don't know.
Yeah, he said something happened, and I don't know what. I don't know what. It's like every time something goes goofy on that show, I miss it.
Might
so
be
when I'm there,
rigged giveaways, you know.
Yeah.
It's always rigged if I don't win.
Yeah. Well, he was having issues with his computer or something and whatnot. Then there was something else he said, but I don't remember what it was. Yeah. But why I wasn't able to be on his show Friday, that's not public. That's not for public knowledge. So we're not going to get into that on the air. So sorry, folks. You're just going to have to wonder. Well, Single Shot knows. So.
Had to go Rolls-Royce shopping.
Yeah. No, I wish. Kingpin says a bunch of Yankees viewers went over to Gary's show on Friday. That'll do it. Yankees got some special people to watch his show.
I heard Gary picked up some subscribers from that.
Yeah.
That's probably all I heard about that show. Well, all I got from it through last night's chat, I think.
Yeah. The best part is I have tried. I before I stopped watching Yankee stuff, I intentionally tried getting banned from there, and I could not get. Yankee would rather argue with me than to ban me. It seems. I guess I intellectually challenge him or something. I don't know. But yeah, that was. Oh, good. Now I'm tired. Ooh, excuse me. I've been up since yesterday, so.
Well, that's not good.
No. Well, hell, man. After the wrestling show last night, Jason and I were in the after chat for like 3 hours. I didn't realize what time it was till my wife came down because to get ready to take my son to work this morning. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Damn, so you make her sleep alone too?
Yeah. You'd have to go back and watch the show. 'Cause halfway through the show, Jason and I start talking computer shit, right? And we stop because MKTO said something in the chat about being lost on the conversation. It's like, okay, yeah, we'll talk about something else. And then in the after chat, we start right back up with that conversation again, and we were talking for like 3 freaking hours about that kind of shit. Yeah, speaking of Jason,
crazy,
there he
man.
is out there in the chat. So, evening, Jason, and G23 is out there as well. So, evening, G23.
It's bedtime for computer talk. That sounds like Geek Squad stuff to me.
Well, she wasn't feeling well, so there wasn't nothing happening anyway. So. MKJO is out there, and Seven Wonders is out there now as well. And speaking of the mortality rate with COVID and everything, and the FDA proving us right, did you happen to catch the latest on that one about the vaccines, about the woman over in Sweden?
No.
No, there's a study that out there that doesn't conclusively prove, but it highly intimates that she contracted hepatitis from getting the vaccine.
Okay. I heard some stuff like that. I also heard something about I don't know if you even want to talk about this because this probably ain't gonna be good. You didn't get another strike or something.
I haven't got a strike
probably
yet.
Shouldn't say what I heard because
I have the peer-reviewed studies right here.
yeah, but what I'm saying, I can't verify or back up what I was gonna say, but I'll say I've heard, not giving advice, not stating any medical information or that it's true or anything, but I heard that apparently there's information coming out now that that basically the following generation of people vaccinated are going to be sterile. I don't know how the hell they'd know that because, nobody's old enough to verify that yet. So it doesn't, again, I don't know if there's anything to that or not, but that's some weird stuff out there.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I got the study, or at least a letter to the editor about the study right here, written by the scientist who conducted the study.
Yeah, we're getting flagged anyway, man.
It comes from the Journal of Hepatology, which is the study. Hepatology is the study and treatment of diseases of the liver. So, yeah, I mean, it's right here in black and white from an accredited peer-reviewed journal, YouTube. So you want to call this misinformation? You go right ahead. You're a lying sack of shit if you do. Which we already know you are. From the first time you took down one of my shows. But, and said that the U.S. federal government and the British National Health Service weren't credible sources because it wasn't the fucking UN, which has no authority to do shit anywhere. So fuck you and the UN, YouTube.
Calm down, buddy.
Yeah. And I can pull up another study from another credible source. Nope, that's the same one. Where'd the other one go? And now I gotta find it. Where'd it go? These things will jump around. Here it is. Looky here. The Pfizer vaccine causing issues in human liver cell line. Oh my God. Could it possibly be true that the vaccine fucks people up? Who'd have thunk that was true? I mean, we only had the CDC before. Now there's 2 peer-reviewed journal articles saying the same thing, YouTube. Seven says to tell you hi, Rob.
Yeah. Hi, Seven. Hi, everybody.
Buck's asking me if I feel better. Oh man, I'm holding back, Buck. Trust me.
Sounds like you should have went to bed last night, buddy.
Yeah, but I would read this, but it's a whole bunch of technical gobbledygook. But the short of it is that, yeah, they are finding issues in people where the liver is concerned after they've been vaccinated. So it's not good. It takes time to get these studies out. So while they're pushing for everybody to get the vaccine, you have actual scientists actually studying what the effects could be on people, and they're finding out, yeah, guess what? It has detrimental effects. Who would have thought that was possible? And a vaccine that was rushed in what, 4 or 5 months, where the prior record was 4 years to get a vaccine to market? Yeah, But don't look here, folks. There's nothing to see over here. And by the way, this study also says that there were reversible hepatitic episodes in animals. You know what that means? Animals were getting hepatitis from the vaccine as well as humans. Evening, Kingpin.
Howdy, fellas.
What's up, man?
What's up, Rob?
Not much. Enjoying the show. I thought I was having a bad day.
I said yesterday that I was pissed. I wasn't lying. But yeah. So come on, YouTube. Tell me how I'm just spreading misinformation, especially when you see this line right here. See this line right here? Right? They're quoting the World Health Organization in this study. So, World Health Organization, that's the ones that we're supposed to believe, right?
Rich, it's only so if they say it so. You know the deal.
Well, that's what they did. That's what they've said.
No,
that if you're not quoting the World Health Organization, you're spreading false information.
So. You can't read it and say it yourself. Their guy has to say it first.
Their guy did.
As soon as it's on CNN, somebody might believe you.
Of course, they'll look at this and they'll ban it, say it's misinformation. And then on review, they'll look at it for a half hour to show how long, The last one was 2.5 hours. They looked at it for a half hour and said it failed to meet their, so. Anyway. G23 wants me to read his last comment to you, Rob. Where was it? Oh, he says, surprising that you're still alive, Rob.
Yeah. I'm shocked too, but after going back, reviewing things, it's not what it looks like. So even though it almost fooled me in a quick flash, so it's the lighting, something. So basically, I'm in the clear. So it's all I'm good.
Jason says this week unleashed. Man, I haven't even unleashed. Don't get me started, Jason. I could go on a lot more longer than this. I've done it before. You go back and watch, what was it, the soapbox episode? I think it was. I really went off on somebody, or the one where Ghost was playing devil's advocate for supporting the Oklahoma governor when she vetoed their constitutional carry law, and I went off on him on that episode. So, yeah, this is tame so far. Of course, I don't think I called Ghost every name in the book like I just did YouTube. Well, I didn't go through the whole book, half of it. And 7 says it's all negative. All the negative stuff is just conservative propaganda. They are perfectly safe. He'll jab when he's dying on his front porch after he take his guns. Yeah. So, what do you guys think about this development? Take your pick of any of the three.
I'm not shocked. I mean, yeah, I just don't. It's nothing new. I don't think anything rushed like that compared to anything else makes sense. That's no shock. Yeah, I think it's funny that half the respected people can't have a voice publicly anymore that says anything different. So, but people believe what they want to believe. So I don't know. To those people, to some people, I don't even think it matters at this point. They don't care. They only hear what they want to hear. So.
Yeah, well, right now we are going to go to MKJO's favorite part of the show, or maybe second favorite part. I'm not sure. The kitten interlude. Here's your cute little kitten for the night, MKJO. Look at the camera, silly, not at the screen. There you go. Now you're showing your little eyes. Okay. There you go. There's your kitten interlude of the night. Brought to you by absolutely nobody. Because I don't have any sponsors. Because YouTube doesn't let you have sponsors unless you have a certain number of viewers. By their rules, anyway. Yep, now you lay down and went to sleep.
Wait a minute. What do you mean? If Rob wanted to sponsor you right now, how could YouTube stop it?
Oh, have you not read their terms of service? If you don't have above a certain number of viewers, they can suspend your channel if you have a sponsor.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's in there. I actually sat through and read the terms of service the other day for whatever reason, and yeah, they limit sponsors to certain size channels.
Good God, man. Where do you find the time to read all that shit?
I skimmed it.
I guess in a way it makes sense. It is their company. So if you're making money on their company, they want their cut.
Yeah. But I don't think they really actually enforce it because you see all kinds of different size channels with sponsors. But yeah.
I know, that's why I was curious, because I've seen channels with like 2 subscribers shilling all kinds of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Man, Rich has been shilling grape upon for years.
Yeah.
Well, that was you in the limo.
Nah, I ain't got that kind of money. In fact, right now, I don't think I have any in my wallet.
He's got the limo, everybody. He just doesn't have the gas to put it in there.
Man, you've seen what my wife drives, Kingpin. You've ridden in the car. Don't go there.
So turn the camera on and pan over to the front door. The driver's standing right there at attention, waiting for you to leave.
I can't pan the camera at the front door. There's a wall in the way.
See people. Now he's hiding it. He doesn't want you to see the chauffeur.
Yeah. Oh, I hear it's because she's all dressed up in some leather getup.
Yeah, now she's in bed. She's got to get up for work in the morning. She's got to get up at like 3 o'clock in the morning tomorrow to go to work.
No, come on, stop. If we're not,
no,
you know, we're not
something
talking
like that Catwoman suit.
Your chauffeur and your wife are 2 different people now. Don't try to pull a fast one on us.
Yeah. Okay. So. Oh man. Are you guys ready for the next story that gets that's rantable? And this one's not COVID related, I promise.
You make mayonnaise soda or something?
Yeah, no. Close.
Kingpin would shut this bitch down.
Hey, you know what? They may over in Japan, so don't. But no, we got this lovely tidbit from the Daily Caller. Trans swimmer Leah Thomas beats out female competitors by 1 3/4 seconds in NCAA championships. Now, if none of you have been competitive swimmers, that's a fairly wide margin. It might not seem it, but 2 seconds is a fairly large margin in swimming.
Well, wouldn't the penis create some drag?
Yeah, you would think that, right? But yeah,
It would.
The tranny beat all the females in the national championship to take first place in the 500.
I don't know, man. I think that's wrong. If they want to do that, they should have like the tranny Olympics or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then it would be somewhat comparable or something. You know what I mean? So it's degrading, I think, on a lot of the other people in there. So,
yeah.
And then what about like drugs, hormone treatments, all that type of shit? I mean, athletes got to, you can't even eat a damn, muffin with a poppy seed on it or something without coming up dirty or God knows what. Like, so they get a free pass with all that shit too. I don't know. It shouldn't be different rules for different people. You know what I mean? Like
the standard that the trannies have to meet is only being a guy with low testosterone. They don't even have to get down to where they have a woman's level of testosterone.
I don't know, man. Seems rigged. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. It seems rigged. They should have their own event thing or something.
Yeah. It's even better. In the qualifier, the tranny beat the field by a larger margin than what the gap was between the rest of the field. From 2nd to 11th place was a closer gap than between him and 2nd place. Let that sink in. If he was still swimming in the men's competition, he would have been ranked 462nd nationally and would not have qualified for the national championship in the men's side. Now, he's ranked number 1 in the women's division.
Does he have boobs?
No, he looks like a dude.
See, that's got to be like a difference too, as far as like drag and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, he looks like a guy wearing a damn women's swimsuit's what he looks like. Let me see, where's this asshole's name so I can copy it and just do the. There we go. That.
A lot's changed, man. Lots changed. Way back in the day, I got stuck playing volleyball with a girl team for a little bit. It was a school thing, and I was like helping out or whatever.
Yeah, it's not even showing.
I had to stay in the back, couldn't rotate because I was a boy. There was a difference. You know what I mean? Like it threw the whole thing off, but still, it was they were able to do their thing or whatever. And yeah, I didn't mind playing a game with girls. So hey, lots changed. There's no way they'd let me like win a trophy or some shit.
Are you seeing the screen I got up now? Or are you still seeing the other story? I can't see on StreamYard which one's up.
Seeing some
it's
story.
Still showing this,
University of Pennsylvania.
I gotta stop sharing this one and then come back over here and that's what he looks like. He looks like a guy. Clearly looks like a guy. And if you look at the picture on the right, somebody tried photoshopping it and airbrushing the picture. This is what he actually looks like on the left. That is clearly a dude.
Damn shame.
Yeah, no chest or anything. So I mean, yeah, it's clearly a guy. Yeah, and this is what he looked like when he was a guy. This is what he looks like as a girl. Tell me the difference other than long hair. What difference is there? Maybe he's wearing a little makeup here. It's the same person. You know, you don't just because you call yourself a girl, don't make you one. You freaking lunatic.
I can almost understand, like, if it was girls' night at the bar, like they get free drinks, and you'd be like, "Yeah, I'm a chick tonight," and get the free drinks. But that's different. Oh, come on, tough crowd, huh?
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. The insanity levels that are going around these days is absolutely pathetic. This is what happens when you stop treating people for mental illness, when you shut down the asylums and tell them they're all special. None of you are fucking special.
Well,
If you're not riding a short bus to school, you're not special. Wow, that killed the chat.
yeah, I think G23 special.
Well, he may have rode the short bus. That has yet to be confirmed or not.
Well, the whole Glock thing and stuff. I mean, it's nice his wife lets him out now and then.
So Kingpin's being awful quiet.
I don't think he was expecting this. Gotta say, I wasn't either. Is there anything on your chest? Anything you want to share? Feeling okay, buddy?
Who, me or Kingpin?
You?
Oh, I'm just a little irritated today. That's all.
All right. Home life's okay?
Yeah.
You weren't forced to sleep out on the couch?
No.
Okay.
I think Kingpin may have fell asleep. I don't know how he could if he's got headphones on, but
He might have had to dress something. Who knows?
Yeah. His dog or something, He said that happened before where he had to run to go because the dog was doing something. But you're trying to get to the camera. Yeah. No, don't stick your nose in my mouth. Somebody's trying to get to the camera again. So here, you get a second interlude with the kitty MKJO and Seven, because Seven liked looking at the kitty too. So this is the one that I did the short on that was trying to attack my cursor on the computer. So yeah, he's a little snot.
So did you ever get rid of any?
No, she hasn't gotten rid of them yet like she's supposed to. I think we're keeping this little guy though. I think she said we're yeah, that's it. Eat my finger.
Yeah, cats can be hard to get rid of.
Mm-hmm. Especially when they decide that they're not your cat, that you're their human, and they're the ones that decide that they're going to attach themselves to you. This little guy, if I'm down here and he's tired, he curls up in my lap and he'll fall asleep. It doesn't matter.
Oh, see, you're just a sucker then. Yeah, I know they can be lovable, but I just mean it's hard to get rid of. Everybody's trying to give away cats. Yeah, try to give away a purebred Rottweiler or something, and you won't have much trouble. But cats, good luck.
Well, no, she's supposed to go meet her sister because her sister has somebody who wants them for like who works with kids with special needs, and they're going to use them with those kids and whatnot. So, but she's just got to get a day where both her and her sister have off work so she can go meet her and drop them off to her.
That's cool. I was gonna say, if that don't work, I tell you what to do. You get them all lined up, and then you contact the one of your closest old folks' homes. Obviously, know where your wife's associated with, and then you tell them, you're hoping to bring pets in for visits or whatever, and then you show up, and then you just ditch the pets, like the old people start playing with them, and then hit the damn door, and you're golden.
Yeah. Oh, did I tell you what happened here a couple weeks, month or two ago? Somebody burnt down part of the school for the deaf and blind around here.
Dang.
Yeah, they had the ATF investigating and everything.
So what are they gonna do? They find out it was a blind guy that missed the ashtray.
No, there was nobody on campus at the time. It was during their break, thank God, and nobody was there.
So they think it's arson then?
Yeah.
That's weird. Like, that's like, I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard about a violent attack on the deaf and blind. I mean,
yeah, this place has been there since the 1800s and shit.
It's like a new thing, or just,
I don't know,
random act.
Yeah, don't know. I haven't heard anything since the initial reporting on it and stuff. But yeah, they think it was arson, and it's still being investigated. They don't know who did it.
It's pretty weird. You hear about it with churches or political groups or this or that, but the deaf and blind, I mean, the hell do they do to anybody?
It hit my daughter's fiance hard because both him and his brother went there. His brother's almost completely deaf, and he's deaf in one ear. And when they were younger, they went to school there, and so they've, like I said, that place has been there since the late 1800s, man. And somebody just comes along and decides they want to torch it at random or what have you. It's like, what the fuck? What kind of asshole burns down a school for the deaf and blind,
Definitely strange. So we got Buck in here. What's up, man?
Hey, Buck.
How's everybody doing tonight?
I'm sure you can guess.
Better than Rich.
I think everybody's doing better than Rich.
I've been seething all week, and I've been waiting for tonight. Whether I had any sleep or not, this was going to be an interesting show. I told Gary this morning that I might end up with a strike after tonight's show.
That time of the month for him. He's got that man PMS.
I just had the vent on YouTube.
Yeah, I just came in to see if they're going to pull the plug on you tonight. Give you my support.
Yeah, he's like begging for it, kind of daring him over there.
You think? Yeah, that was kind of the idea.
Holding up his device, screaming, "Is that all you got?"
Come on, you just need to poke it a little bit harder.
Yeah. If I had a half Asian lawyer, I would.
It has to be half Asian though.
Yeah, you got to be half Asian. I mean, Bill Richmond is the only lawyer that'll do in that situation, man. He's got to be half Asian. If he's not half Asian, he's not Bill Richmond. There's some people out there that would get the reference.
Oh man.
Yeah, just don't let Rob be your lawyer. You get more
Oh,
time.
God, no.
You end up with more
We'd
time.
all, not only would we all be getting banned from YouTube, we'd all be going to jail somehow.
Look, man, I'd be so horrible the judge would feel bad and they just call it a mistrial. Don't worry about it. It's a good
The
thing.
judge would be looking at us be like, you sure you want this guy for your lawyer?
If it don't fit, it quit.
Yeah. The judge would be like, yeah, are you really sure you want this guy to be your lawyer? Because I'm about to recommend that the prosecutor charge his ass with something.
Hey, I'm not on trial here.
Shit, after that trial, yeah, you would be. You're on trial for a co-conspirator at that point.
Oh man. Damn, Kingpin. Got no support, huh?
Yeah, Kingpin disappeared, man. I don't know. YouTube might have got him.
Where's old Jason at? I figured he'd be up in here by now.
I think he's on his way home. I think that's what he said earlier out there in the chat. He didn't get in until late yesterday on the show. Yeah, he said he was almost home. That was about half hour ago. So, Kingpin says he got company.
Ha ha ha. One of them Burger King chicks found him.
She brought plenty of napkins.
Napkins
Oh shit.
supply.
So I got one story left. We talked about it on Gary's show this morning. This one's kind of more little on the humorous side. Yeah, but it shows the crazy of Russians. So let me pull this one up here.
As a disclaimer, not all Russians are crazy. I met a very nice individual.
No, this guy is crazy.
I've actually known a couple. All right. Yeah,
You'll
some are.
see the
And some
headline.
of those YouTube videos, man, they would make you think so. But that ain't everybody in Russia.
No, wait till the headline, man. This guy is certifiable. Now, you see that headline? This guy is certifiably nuts. Yeah, like I said, we talked. I like Gary talked about this, or at least he read the article earlier. We didn't really get a chance to discuss it because he was read it right before doing the giveaway this morning. But
Yeah,
Russian,
kind of funny.
Yeah, Russian lawmaker demands return of Alaska, California fort, and reparations amid U.S.-led sanctions. First of all, we bought both of those things from you, you damn Russian asshole. Parliament member.
Wasn't it cheap as hell? Like cheap as hell, like for Alaska.
Yeah, Seward's Folly. It was like, I think we paid like $1 million for it. Which, in the grand scheme of things, is back then was a lot of money, but looking at it, you look back on it and how much land is up there in Alaska and natural resources and whatnot.
I
Yeah,
thought it was
that was a
like
steal.
chump change per square mile or something like that, like
Yeah.
compared to modern, property sales.
Yeah, when you can all do the calculations for inflation and whatnot, that was a steal with all the oil and shit that's up there in Alaska. I mean, not even the land, just the oil rights and everything that came along with it. But when we bought it, nobody gave a shit about crude oil. It wasn't really used for anything. That was back in the mid 1800s. So, anyway, Parliament member Oleg Matvichev listed his demands during a Sunday interview on state-owned news program. This would have been last Sunday, obviously. This story came out on Tuesday. But yeah, I read this and I was laughing while reading this shit. But yeah, a Russian lawmaker made an outlandish demand over the weekend that the United States return Alaska and a historic settlement in California, in addition to paying reparations to Russia over crippling American-led sanctions that have put Moscow's economy in a tailspin. Oleg Matvichev, a member of the State Duma, outlined on Russian state television a set of demands for the U.S. and Ukraine after Kiev's demilitarization is completed. The Express newspaper in the United Kingdom reported. The demands include the return of Alaska, which the United States purchased from Russia in 1867 as part of the Alaska Purchase, and the former Russian settlement of Fort Ross, California, 90 miles north of San Francisco, which was also a key military fort that was used for law enforcement type purposes during the California Gold Rush at Sutter's Mill, which is just north in the area of San Francisco. And by the way, guess who lost out on all that gold? Because we took possession of that fort in 1841. The gold rush was started in 1847, I think, is when the rush. 1848 is when the rush actually happened, but it didn't get into full swing until 49, which is why hence San Francisco 49ers, because it's in reference to the gold rush of that period. But yeah, so Russia lost out on that one too. But don't tell him that. He doesn't need to know about the gold.
Well, I mean, come on, this guy was obviously drunk and high when he said all this.
Yeah, so we should be thinking about reparations for the damage that was caused by the sanctions on the war itself, because that too costs money and we should get it back. No, you shouldn't. He also called for the return of all Russian properties, those of the Russian Empire, Soviet Union, and current Russia, which have been seized by the United States and so on. Oh man, yeah, I'm not gonna read all the way through this like Gary did, but the guy's a nut. Okay, we paid $7.2 million for Alaska. Here's a copy of the canceled check. So $7.2 million. In that money, that might come to like $1 billion in today's money. There's more than that just in oil sitting up there.
Canceled check?
Yeah, canceled. As in the check was cashed.
Okay.
When you cash
that'd be
a check,
some funny stuff if we gave him a bad check.
No. Whenever you write a check and somebody cancels it and they stamp it on the back, that's called canceling it. Just like with a stamp, you cancel the stamp when it gets postmarked. That just means it can't be reused. So, yeah.
I don't know. $7 million is a deal for Alaska. My opinion.
That Russia gave up Fort Ross because they thought it was a financial liability. If they'd have just waited 7 more years, Yeah. So, by the way, this guy's a member of Putin's party. So if this guy's coming out here and saying it, he's doing it with Putin's blessing. Yeah, this is what their Putin's political party thinks pretty much. This guy was just chosen to be the spokesperson.
So the guy had a gun to his head to say this. That makes more sense.
Well, not necessarily had a gun to his head, but he had Putin's blessing and okay to do it.
Oh no, if he didn't do it, the family would be at the work camp.
You get a gulag, and you get a gulag, and you get a gulag. Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much. What do you
What
think?
the hell
Buck?
is a damn gulag?
Gulag is the prison work camps from the Soviet Union.
Okay.
Yeah, basically the Russian equivalent of the Nazi concentration camps. If you went to the Gulag, the chances are you were never going to be seen again.
Do not fail, Mother Russia.
Yeah, when Stalin did his purge of the military, lots of generals ended up in the gulags and were never seen again. By the way, you guys were talking about what was it last night? I think it was last night. Jason and Kingpin were talking about how the Ukrainians were all like in favor of the Nazis and stuff. There's a reason for that. Do you know what happened prior to World War II with Stalin and Ukraine? Which, by the way, Stalin was Ukrainian. A lot of people don't realize that. But
there's a bunch of old Ukrainians that brag about being on the German side fighting against the Russians.
Yeah, well, there's a reason for that. If you go back to 1934, Stalin almost wiped out the entire population of Ukraine by starving them to death.
Yeah, but you don't even have to go. I mean, just go back to, what was it, 10 years ago or whatever, when the whole coup thing happened. And George Soros and Klaus Schwab put all the Nazis in there. That's where they came from.
Yeah, but you were talking about how they were holding up the signs and welcoming the Nazis during World War II. That's why. They were if you look at other parts of Europe, when it came time when the Russians were fighting the Germans as the Germans were retreating, people were hoping they would be taken prisoner by the Germans and not the Russians, because the Russians were going to be that much more barbaric to them. People were afraid of the Red Army back then.
That's why the Japanese surrendered to us. I mean, the second bomb, they weren't going to stop after the second bomb. But as soon as Russia invaded Manchuria and conquered Manchuria, the Japanese were like, we don't want to be in the hands of the Russians.
Yeah, people were in fear of the Red Army because of what Stalin did to his own people prior to the war. And somehow people in this country didn't get the memo, I guess. Good old Uncle Joe was what they were calling him. Just like, kind of like they do some people do now with Biden, call him good old Uncle Joe. So. Interesting, right? Both Joe Biden and Joseph Stalin had the same nickname.
What was that? Let's go, Brandon.
No, at one point people were calling Joe Biden Uncle Joe, just like they did Joseph Stalin during World War II.
A lady triggered a couple people today when she was out and about. 2 different occasions, wearing a shirt that says, or hoodie, and it says BLM, but not just BLM. It says Biden loves minors. And I guess one guy got all funny at the one store, and some teenage girl freaked out and started yelling to her mom and stuff at the other store. People are crazy, man. Pretty funny.
Yeah. If you read the accounts of what the people of Ukraine went through under Stalin and that famine, you had people whose kids would die from starvation, and to try to save themselves and their other kids, they would eat the dead kids.
You don't even got to go back that far. 2 weeks ago, they were rocketing their own civilians.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of the Ukrainian civilians have been getting killed by the Ukrainian army.
Well, I'm talking about with the Russians, the Soviets. I mean, there's a reason why Ukrainians and Soviets don't, or Russians don't get along, long prior to what's going on right now. There is a history there, and like I said, the worst part is Stalin was Ukrainian. He was doing this to his own people.
Crazy world.
Mm-hmm. Well, hell, you look at Cambodia with Pol Pot. When Pol Pot took power in Cambodia, there were 6 million Cambodians. When Pol Pot was done, there was 3 million Cambodians, or no, 2 million. Excuse me. He killed 2/3 of the population. That's why it was called the Killing Fields.
That's what interests me is the general public and even the academics all focus on Hitler. And Hitler really wasn't that bad of a guy when you look at it from a historical perspective.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say go that far, but
Well, I mean, if we're
he
looking at
wasn't.
strictly
He wasn't.
logical historical perspective, Hitler's responsible for, if you count that he started World War II and all the deaths involved in World War II is what, 60,000 people?
Oh, more than that.
Well, I'm talking about just then you had the supposed 6 million Jews and so we're gonna put, what number would you put on? Just keep
Hitler probably with Hitler, you're probably looking at maybe ballpark, possibly 10 million. But if you look at Stalin, you're looking at 40 million.
look at
Mao, you're looking at another possible 50 million. Pol Pot, you're looking at 2/3 of the country's population.
Yeah.
So I mean, and what do they all have? What do those three all have in common?
They're all leftists.
Yeah, they're all communists.
Well, I mean, some of them would consider themselves fascist. Some of them would consider themselves
No, I'm talking specifically Stalin, Mao, and Pol Pot. They were all communists. All three of them were communists.
Well, yeah, but the only reason that the Nazis are considered right wing is because they hated the communists.
Yeah, but that's because they were Flavian socialists, whereas, the communists are communists. They were both Marxist regimes.
Well, yeah, Nazis are. That's what I think is funny about when they call everybody that's like a right wing conservative Republican type. They call them a Nazi. I'm like, don't you realize that like all the Nazi stuff is like right from the left wing playbook?
Yeah, that's what I get. What I find hilarious about the Antifa. If they were Antifa, they would actually be communists. They wouldn't be any damn better. Because Antifa historically in Germany during the time when Antifa was the actual Antifa was around, Antifa were the communists who were fighting the fascists who, well, not even fascists, because the Nazis really weren't the fascists. The fascists were in Italy. The fascists were Mussolini's party that he founded as a branch of the Italian Socialist Party because he didn't think the Italian Socialist Party went far enough. The only other country that was actually a fascist government was Franco. After Franco saw what Mussolini did and adopted Mussolini's policies in Spain.
Ghost Tactical stopped it.
Evening, Ghost.
What's going on, Ghost?
No, that's goulash, Patriot. Goulash, not gulag. He said gulag is Hungarian, macaroni, tomatoes, and hamburger.
Goulash is good.
Yeah, a lot of people throw the word fascist around and without even realizing what it is. The reason why Mussolini called themselves the fascists is they carried around the little dagger that they would use toward the Roman Imperial Day, because he was trying to recreate the Roman Empire, and that little dagger was called the Fasch, hence fascist for his political party.
Well, you can't expect today's fascists to understand the actual meaning of anything or the history of anything, because they're fascist calling other people fascist.
Yeah, I know. The current the Antifa, the ones calling themselves Antifa now are actually the Nazis.
Yeah,
they just
if they're gonna go out and bash the fash, they should just look at the dude standing right next to them.
smack themselves in the head with their milkshake before they go throw it at somebody else.
No, they throw it at gay Asian guys. That's very important. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
Gay Asian.
Yeah, gay Asian
Waste of a
independent
perfectly
journalist.
good milkshake.
Oh no, you don't want that milkshake,
Yeah,
Rob. It's got concrete in it.
Yeah.
Anybody get a Shamrock shake?
No, they were getting the Blarney Stone shake.
Speaking of, did you guys see that Russia kind of annexed McDonald's?
Yeah, you had one guy chain himself outside trying to keep it open. I saw that.
That is I think that is so beautiful. McDonald's got all woke and pulled out, and Russia stepped in and changed the logo and opened it back up. That's beautiful.
Yeah, did you see but seriously, there was one guy that chained himself to the Moscow McDonald's trying to keep McDonald's open. So that was something else that happened.
That's funny.
He's like, "You can't close this." Yeah, it's McDowell's now. Exactly, MKJO.
Funny. I wonder if McDowell's shake machine will be working.
No, of course not. The shake machine never works. What the hell did they call their burger? But they will be robbed by Samuel L. Jackson.
It was the Big Mac.
Yeah, that's what.
Because it didn't have sesame seeds on
it. Yeah. Their bun has sesame seeds and ours doesn't. But again, they will be robbed by Samuel L. Jackson. So they got that to look forward to. Yeah. Thanks, Obama, for that one, Patriot. He brought up the remember when Obama was running against, who was it, Romney? He said the 80s called they want their foreign policy back. When Romney said something about Russia not being our friends.
Yeah, but at the time, even I get that, and it's funny. I'm glad that Mitt Romney sucks, but I'm glad that he came back out and poked at Obama, because he tweeted that just recently to Obama, like saying, "Haha, remember this?" But at the time, Russia was not our number one global strategic enemy, and they're not still right now.
No, but Obama was trying to get into bed with them, was what his point was, and Obama says, 1980s called, they want their foreign policy back.
Well, no, I'm talking about Mitt Romney was just pushing that fear point. You know, holding on to the Ronald Reagan and I fight the Soviet. There is no Soviet. Russia's not a threat.
Not yet, anyway. They're trying to form an alliance with China. Then we got problems. If that happens.
They got problems.
Well, hell, you already got the Chinese trying to convince the Saudis to take their money instead of our money for oil. You want to watch the U.S. economy collapse real quick?
Well, historically, you would watch guys like Saddam Hussein get invaded and then Gaddafi get killed. And, most of the time when these little countries come up talking about, let's get off the American dollar for petro, we drop bombs on them for a couple months until we kill them. I don't think that's going to work with China.
No. That's what I'm saying. If that happens, the U.S. economy is going to go down the toilet real fast. That's one of the main things supporting our economy right now is the fact that oil around the world is traded using the U.S. dollar. If that changes, we're in trouble.
Well, I mean, it's tough to say, but the reality is American interventionism is why we live the lives that we live. It's why we're able to hang out here and talk about guns and goof off and do all the stupid stuff that we like to do for fun. Is because America is policing the entire world and we're paying for everything. If that stops, basically the same thing. If the pretend economy, if people decide that we're going to pretend something different, that's how fast it can be over. Because the whole global economy is just pretend. There's nothing backing it. There's nothing holding it together.
Oh yeah, no kidding.
So all China and Russia would have to do is say, hey, let's just do something different.
And if they convince enough people besides the two of them to do it, and if you get OPEC to do it, everybody else is going to do it.
I don't know. I'm all right with some hard times if it means we end up being self-sufficient and better in the end.
Yeah, it's not just going to
be hard. Say the hell with their fake games.
You think prices are going up now?
I know.
You're looking at a total collapse of the U.S. dollar if that happens.
Well, I think that was basically inevitable once you pull it off something solid. You know, it's wielded by certain individuals, which trace back to other individuals, which some say go back to England in some case. I don't know. But either way, at some point, it's going to be a problem. So get a handle, get it back on something solid. My opinion. Yeah, it's always going to be worse before it gets better. Nobody ever wants to
there's not enough anything. There's not enough of whatever solid to pay for it all. If you
you'd have to have, in order to go back to like a gold standard or a precious metal type of standard, you'd have to have a complete global collapse. It'd have to go, everybody's economy would have to stop completely and start over, because if Jeff Bezos went to the bank and said, I want to withdraw $250 billion, there's not that much tangible assets out there. And there's definitely not enough gold reserve, diamond, platinum to pay Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, all these billionaires. All that money is pretend. That's why it got so big, is because they can just pretend.
Yeah, there was a geologist that calculated if the United States owned all the mineral rights on the planet, that's oil, diamonds, gold, silver, platinum, palladium, anything that's worth any kind of value that's buried in the earth, right? If we owned all those rights and an alien race came here to buy it, there's not enough value in the mineral rights of the earth to cover the U.S. economy. We could literally sell them the planet and not be able to meet the needs of our economy.
It just shows things are out of whack, in my opinion. I don't know. I mean, I get what you guys are saying, but I don't know, man. I don't think it should be, magical poof stuff, and that's our economy. I think it should be,
the only reason why anything is worth
all
anything.
That,
you're talking about going to the gold standard. The only reason why the gold standard
they put
works,
all this debt on the future generations and shit, and it's all numbers and digits, and then they want to charge you.
That's all it's ever been. Even something solid like gold, it's only worth something because somebody says it's worth something. And gold, other than for electronics, is one of the most useless pieces of metal on the planet.
Well, yeah, but I agree with Rob. Like, it'd be nice if we could go to an economy that meant something, but you can't ever go back. It's the way it is now, and there is no going back. And as far as gold, you take it, talking about using it for electronic, all that is nonsense.
That's the only thing it's good for.
No, listen to me.
It's a tool. No, it's a tool. I'm saying it's the only thing it's good for.
The reality of why gold is valuable is the lust of the human eyes and heart.
Yes, I know that. I'm saying realistically, the only thing it's good for. is
No.
in electronics.
Nobody
If
would
you're
care about that. Nobody
other
would
than
care about
jewelry,
that.
other than jewelry.
The first guy who dug some gold out of the ground didn't know what a computer was for a million
Yeah, I
years.
know that. I'm saying
And
now, the only
everybody
thing it's actually
loves
good for, if you want something that's actually worth something more, you would want to invest in iron, not gold. Iron can actually be turned into something useful
no
that you
one
can use on
cares.
every day in your life.
All
Gold
that
really
prepper
is
stuff,
useless
nobody
other than
cares
looking
about that
pretty.
prepper stuff. The
I'm not talking
reality is,
prepper shit, Kingpin. I'm talking realistic shit.
no,
Preppers go overboard. I'm sorry, they do.
listen, dude, listen. You're being
Other
too practical because you're thinking like you think. You're thinking.
Yeah, I know there are idiots out there that think gold's worth something because it's pretty. Gold
That's
is
it.
worthless.
That's what will make gold valuable ever.
Yes, because people are stupid.
Right. So don't you stack up on all your lead. Nobody else is buying lead.
Well, I said iron, but still, same difference.
I got lead.
I mean,
Yeah, realistically speaking, gold is absolutely worthless except for electronics. It's the only place where it has anything or it's any use whatsoever. Otherwise, all it does is sit and look pretty. It doesn't do shit. You can't do shit with it. It's too soft.
my crown is made of gold. It looks pretty.
Yeah, silver has more practical use than gold does, because silver at least is antibiotic, and you can use that. That's why they used it for silverware and shit. Germs don't grow on it.
Feel better?
I don't know. It's just rant night.
Just take a couple deep breaths.
Dude, I'm not even breathing hard. Yawning, maybe because I'm tired, but not breathing hard. It's just, yeah. Anyway, the only reason why anything's worth anything is because somebody somewhere along the line said it was. Nothing really has any true intrinsic value unless somebody is willing to buy it. And
still don't trust the hocus pocus.
Well, like I said, that's all it's ever been. It's only ever been hocus pocus. The same hocus pocus that says the U.S. dollar is worth something is the same hocus pocus that says gold's worth something.
Well, in that case, let's go back to bartering then. So,
that's
at least I can be happy with what I get, and it's something tangible to me under my understanding of tangible.
You play the game every time you go to the bank with a check from one of your customers. Or if they pay you in cash, when they hand that money over, you're playing hocus pocus right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I totally agree with you. I wish we had a reality-based economy, but it just isn't the way it is.
I mean, even go to the bartering system, you're still playing hocus pocus. One cow's worth 2 sheep. Why? Because somebody says it is. That's still what you're referring to as the hocus pocus game.
Well, no, not really.
It's not a third party.
One person says something's worth something and somebody else says it's not, you're still doing the same thing as with the cash. You're negotiating for cash for a service. I'll give you $2 for that. No, I'll give you $3. No, I want $4. That's the same thing. Like if you're bartering a sheep for a cow, you're bartering 2 sheep versus this cow. Somebody comes along, 3 sheep for that cow. It's the same thing.
That's within your two parties' decision. So there's no middle cost for the hocus pocus.
Yeah. Plus, I might have 2 sheep which are completely invaluable to me, and you might have 1 cow that I could do all kinds of stuff with, and then eventually just chop up and eat. So the cow is
you're
valuable
still at the base economics level of it. It's still the same thing. You're just using a different commodity.
Yeah, but the value is different between the individuals.
But he's talking about it doesn't matter whether it's individuals or groups. He's just saying the principle of the economic the economic transaction is the same.
Yes,
You
exactly.
have a value, I have a value, you have a product, I have a product, and we have to come to some type of conclusion on what kind of bartering we're going to do for our skills or values. So the economic principle is the same.
Yeah, it's the same. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's the exact same economic principle. It
I'll
doesn't
give you
matter what
that,
you're
but
trading
how
if
does
you're
the
still
government
doing it
get
on
the
the same
tax off
economic
that
principle.
chicken or cow or whatever?
Well, you tax a half a chicken for every chicken you sell.
Oh, plus the government.
Well, that's how they did
will
it. No, you laugh. That's how they did it.
The government will just come find you. You know, they'll drive by your house and see you got a chicken coop over there and a couple cars in your driveway, and be like, "Hey, what's going on over here? You ain't selling them chicken coops without giving us a little cut, are you?"
Relate that to my family. They identify as chickens. What's wrong with you?
Oh, and I'm terribly sorry. I'm terrible. I apologize.
At that point,
All
the
right, I
identifying
found
thing
it.
isn't going to matter. Isn't going to fly anymore. If we're at the point where we have to pay for chickens for a blowjob, nobody's going to give a fuck about what you identify as.
April is officially my family is a chicken appreciation month.
Sweet. There's the loophole, folks. There's the loophole.
Take it easy, Patriot. I had that happen to me in a couple of different chats. I don't know if I'm banned from a bunch of people's channel that I've never been on before, but I've cracked open a couple strangers' live streams, and they're talking to all kinds of people in the chat, and I don't see anyone in the chat, like no names whatsoever. And they're like, "Hey, Johnny B from the 65, how you doing out there, buddy?" and all this other kind of stuff. And I don't see anybody's name, so I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I had that happen to me too. Can't
Yeah, I
get
had that happen. I had to reboot my whole computer.
Yeah, me too.
Now, when I went over to a chat that I was like familiar with, everybody's name was there, like all y'all were there. But when I popped back over to the chat, what's the guy's name? G23 knows him. Tack Life J. He does live streams, and when I go over there, there's the chat doesn't scroll for me. It's empty chat, but they're talking to the 5, 6, 10 people that come and watch his chat.
Matter of fact, that's the same one that happened to me on too.
Right, that's
When
weird.
I opened it
That's
up,
YouTube,
nobody there,
man.
but they're talking to everybody.
Trying to keep you locked in your box. What the hell are you doing going somewhere else?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, Keeping. Yeah, I'm saying when I had that happen, I rebooted my computer, and somehow that fixed it. I don't know what the problem was, but that seemed to fix it because when I rebooted the computer, went back to whatever chat. I don't even remember what channel it was now. It was some history channel. I forget what it was, but I went back in and boom, everybody's chats were there after I had rebooted.
And that's the kitties here.
Evening, ma'am. I don't know. Maybe it's something with the cookies or something that's getting screwed up. I don't know what it is.
G23 made a good
Hey,
point.
leave cookies out of this. Cookies never hurt anybody.
Not those kind of cookies, Rob.
I was just thinking about it, but G23 said some of the chats are locked if you're not subscribed. So if you're not subscribed, you can't use the text chat during the live stream. And Gary's talking about if somebody's got you blocked and you won't be able to see stuff. That happens to me surprisingly a lot. I've got blocked in a lot of places.
It's that damn woman that put that voodoo on you there, Kingpin. That's all that is.
I seen that in chats where you gotta be a member to chat and stuff like that. To me, that just always irritates me. Like, no, like, you throw a hoop up just to pop in. Like, oh hell no, like that. Like I'd just go somewhere else.
Yeah, but we got a question out there, and reliable investments, based simply on the fact that some idiot out there thinks gold's worth something, and don't get paper. If you're going to invest in gold or silver or anything, you want the actual gold or silver in your hand, and
definitely.
That's about it. Yeah,
stuff. Because they got all those charges to pull, move things around, storage fees, and then you don't even know the actual purity of what you get, and then you may send them something and then get something watered down back. Like it's foolish. If you're in the storing stuff because you don't trust the system or whatever, what the hell are you doing trusting some company? That's just stupid.
Yeah, because Gary, the reason you get blocked, buddy, is because you make all those controversial comments, man. We got everybody with a wrench has got a watch when Gizzard's out there, because you know how he can get out of hand.
The problem is Gary's got a wrench.
And the problem is Gary never gets out of hand. He's a perfectly behaved gentleman all times.
Oh, I've seen Gary get mad.
Gary who?
Yeah, but he was still a gentleman when he was mad.
Oh, so you're saying he's not me, in other words?
Talking about Gizzard Gary?
Yeah.
Oh, that guy's a freaking beast. You get him off the chain.
I've seen it firsthand down to people down there in Tulsa, boy. Or Gary just smacking them people out the way. I got to get to that knife. Got to get to the knife.
Gary out there in Tulsa pimp slapping people. That's what Snob was saying. Gary was pimp slapping people.
That's the way it used to be. Now when Gizzard goes to Tulsa, they all just make way.
Yeah, because he pimp slapped the hell out of all of them the first time.
No, he ain't. Yeah, you don't got to raise that pimp hand no more. They already know.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
So they just get out of the way. And most of them tip their hat when he walks by, too.
It says, "Hello, sir. How are you, sir? Can I have another?" And Gary's like, "Nah, you're not worth my time anymore."
And Gary's the only one I know that go to Tulsa and put that little pimp feather in his hat. And people just, it looked like spreading water.
Yeah, he walking down the middle of the aisle. He's walking down the middle of the aisle at Wanamaker with the platform shoes with the goldfish in them.
No, he ain't got no platform shoes, but he got a tall feather. That's the only way you can spot him.
No, he's got the platform shoes, so he looks taller than what he is.
So now you're just getting crazy, Rich. I wouldn't get on his bad side.
Oh man, he's out there like Huggy Bear from "I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker," with the shoes and the coat.
You keep screwing around, you're gonna get some spent fuel rod in the mail. It's gonna be glowing in the dark. The whole damn block will get shut down.
Gary's next comment, he says, "Hey, I had somebody go into hit and miss Tuesday nights 9 o'clock and say bad things about me because I only give mod wrenches to my supporters." And he said, but some people, I guess he might be saying some other stuff. I find that really annoying. Like, why does it matter who any other channel gives any other privilege to for whatever reason they give their privilege to them? If Gary charged $100 for his wrenches and you all paid $100, if you paid $100 for it, then that was your choice. You voluntarily paid a guy who voluntarily put up the price. So what difference does it make if you got to buy your wrench or that's so stupid. Let people. I don't understand
power thing, man.
The YouTube social media drama.
You don't like the fact that he won't give you a wrench? Stay the hell off his channel and shut the fuck up about it. Nobody gives a fuck what you whining about.
Or if the rule is you gotta be a Patreon supporter to get a wrench, and you want a wrench, support the guy on Patreon.
Come on, Buck. I didn't even put any bass in my voice that time. I ain't going off on a rant about it. Kingpin's the one going off on the rant about it this time, not me.
If you walk into the gas station and you want a candy bar, you don't just, I should have this candy bar for free because I'm in here and I want it. No, you've got to give the guy behind the counter the proper amount that he's asking for. So let me run my store the way I run my store. Let people run their channels the way they run their channel.
Gary's got you on retainer too, huh?
No, it aggravates me when it's somebody cool like Gary, or whoever it is. the people that I only hang out with you guys. So, when you guys get messed with, it aggravates me because it's kind of stupid. It's generally, whatever.
No, I get it. I think that guy just made a big deal out of nothing, really. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of funny, but that's one of the things that everybody does. So it's not abnormal. It's not anything different, So you got to donate to get a wrench or something. Yeah, I don't, whatever. That's how people do it. So, you know what I mean? So it's just a hate on him. So,
yeah, you see
some
the people,
channels don't care and everybody gets a wrench. Some do it one way, some do it another way.
Yeah.
So can't expect everything to be the same. And then if you just start demanding shit and be an asshole, well, why the hell would somebody want to give you one anyway? Like,
yeah.
So I don't know.
You see who I got out there with
big deal out of nothing, man.
You see who I got out there with wrenches. It's the people that have shown that I can trust them, that if somebody comes in here to start shit, that they can handle it.
I mean, once again, going back specifically to Gary's issue, or Gary's channel, rather, not issue. If you want a blue wrench on Gary's channel, what are you going to do with it? Promote your stuff? Or what do you, like, are you just looking to censor people's comments? Like, what's the problem? I know it's not because, some channel only comments that they'll read are people with wrenches or people at Super Chat. Gary reads almost every single comment in both of his live streams.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like...
Whether you misspell it or not, so beware.
Not like you're getting a wrench so he can pay attention to you. He pays attention to everybody.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if you want a wrench that bad, kick Gary $1 every month and problem solved. It's not that big a deal.
That's the problem. People don't want to pay for shit no more. They just want everything free.
I got people out there right now watching who I'd give a wrench to, but I don't need any more mods, so I'm not giving out any more wrenches right now. If one of my mods decides that they don't want their wrench anymore and they let me know they don't want it, then I'll give it to somebody else that doesn't have one that I think can get it. I'm only keeping a certain number of people with wrenches. That's the way I'm doing it. Gary's doing it where his Patreons are getting the wrenches. That's his choice to do.
You should give my wrench to MK Joe.
He already got one.
Did I? Were we talking about what he's got?
I can't give him one if he's already got one.
That's not my problem.
But then
Gary and I have gone club hopping. I mean, we've sat and lock up together. We even shut down a frat house or one time. Girls' dorm. It was amazing. Gary's an animal, I'm telling you. And I don't even have a wrench over there.
Yeah,
because I'm a cheap bastard and don't donate $1. But I ain't crying.
Yeah, we've all seen pictures of Gary when he was done partying.
Oh man, guy's crazy.
Hey Rob, is that the one that you did the video on and had all the Fruit of the Loom underwear?
No, man, not that one.
Thought we weren't supposed to talk about all those tapes that you got live on the air, Rob. Just in case your girl was listening or somebody out in the chat didn't know that you had all those weird tapes.
Buck's messing it up, man.
You missed the one on Gary's show earlier where Rob was outed as a Glock fan.
G23's been spreading that Russian propaganda for weeks now.
No, man, actual photo evidence that Gary has.
No, man, that was some Photoshop evidence.
Fox is good with a computer. I don't trust none of them pictures, but I do trust my own ears. And I listened to G23's chat Saturday when I was working, and Rob got raked through the coals the whole time.
Well, Rob brings
and on Rick's life too. Rob was
Rob was getting beat up by his own woman yesterday.
Thank you, Kingpin. Somebody sees this abuse.
Rob getting beat up by his own woman yesterday. He said something and she just went off on him.
All I did was tell her I was thinking of getting a Glock just to look at one, and she freaked out and threw shit, called me a loser, deadbeat, get the hell out of here. It
smacking the hell out of him.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Build
It's like,
yourself.
I'm just joking, babe.
Build yourself a P80. You'll be happy with it. And it's not a Glock, but it's close to one.
I don't know, man. That's pushing it.
No, what's that new one they just came out with? Damn it, the one that Snob did a video on not that long ago, or posted one up on his community tab. Shit. It's a Glock clone, but it's a metal frame. Damn it, I can't remember the name of it now. The Live Free Armory makes it. What the hell's the name of that damn thing?
The Block.
No, it's not called the Block.
That's John Z's gun. The Block 19 is John Z's gun.
Yeah, that's John Z's gun.
Man, that's awesome for the metal Glock. The Block.
So, shit, Gary's out there. He would know, but waiting to see if because of the chat lag and everything. See if he puts that there. I can't remember the name of the pistol. I remember. I know it's Live Free Armory that's doing it. Just damned if I can remember what the hell the name of it is. There you go. There's another pistol. There'll be another pistol. Another kitty for you, MKJO. Patriot says your woman's just after your belt buckle.
Nah.
MKJO says thank you, Rob.
No problem. No problem. Realize some people got a cat habit out there and need their fix once in a while.
Yeah, 7 too. He's
Try
out
to
there.
do my
kitty.
part.
Yeah, 7 Wonders is that there's kitty in capital letters and the cat emoji with the hearts for eyes. And then he said and MKJO said that was a real pretty kitty. So they like your cat apparently. Is that the one? Was it the BRG-9? No, the BRG-9's the one that's like the Springfield.
Who'd you say did a video about it?
Snob had it on his channel.
I'll go find it.
Yeah, the BRG is the one like the Springfield what the hell do they call those things? The DM series, whatever the hell it is. Man, my brain is like shutting down, so names are like I'm terrible with names right now. Anyway, the plastic Springfield pistol. Patriot said he's just kidding. The belt buckle's too flashy for her.
Yeah, Gary had it right. The BRG-9. He only posted looks like a short video.
Yes, Gary said Snob had a Live Free Armory slide video. No, the BRG is not isn't that one. The BRG is the one that's like the Springfield the XD9. Yeah, thanks. Thank you, G23, the XD9.
Guys, all talking crap. That's a nice belt, man. It's a nice belt. Comfortable too.
You wearing it now?
No, I'm not even wearing a belt right now.
Probably because you're not wearing pants right now, right? Is that what you're trying to tell everybody?
I'm not.
You see?
I'm wearing shorts. I just took a shower like, I don't know, hour and change ago before the show started. So I'm lounging now. Sneakers, socks, t-shirt. That's my Crocs and sweats equivalent.
The AMP. It's the Live Free Armory AMP. Or AMP. That's the pistol I'm thinking of. I just went over and looked on Snob's channel. I knew he had a video on it from SHOT Show, so that's what I was looking to see. Yeah, then 3 weeks ago he had the one with the slide, but yeah, the BRG is the one he did that video 2 weeks ago. But yeah, the amp is what I was thinking of. Because, yeah, that's the one, the Glock clone that has the metal frame instead of a polymer frame. That Obnoxious said it's not actually a Glock clone because it's not a polymer frame. So, yeah. Who else is in here? Barbecue's here now.
What's happening?
Yeah, that one, Gary. Yeah, not much. You missed the fireworks earlier.
Oh yeah, what I miss?
Me going off on YouTube.
Oh well, that's nothing new.
No. This wasn't the same. I laid into them for when they deleted my video for misinformation, and then the FDA came out and said the same damn thing that we were saying in that video, on that episode. Yeah, I kind of went off on them.
Nice.
A little bit.
So, is there any way to reappeal that?
No.
There's more to the story, Barbecue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's obvious somebody pissed in Rich's milkshake or something today.
Oh no, I just was extremely angry at YouTube, and I tore into them.
Did they piss in your Shamrock shake?
Dude, no. I don't even know if they make those anymore.
Oh no, they do.
They do. They're good.
I'm not.
The McDonald's here didn't have them, so that's why I was like, I don't know, do they even make them anymore?
I never get one, but I like one. I like.
You guys have to choose between mediocre dentistry or Shamrock shakes, and for some reason, you guys choose mediocre dentistry.
No, we're not England. Come on, man.
Well,
and
shakes
besides,
aren't
that's
bad,
Ellis.
and I've done some of my own dentistry.
Yeah, but that's Ellis's side of West Virginia anyway.
No. That's hillbilly dentistry. There's a big difference.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
How do you circumcise a hillbilly? You uppercut a sister in the jaw.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Uh-huh. Well, if we weren't going to get a channel strike, we will now.
Yeah.
Else is out there to work.
Barbecue. Grew up one of them places.
We did a thing last night about Scott Hall because of him passing away last week.
Yep. It kind of sucks. Like, I don't normally get hit by passing of celebrities or anything, but like that one, like, it didn't make me sad or anything, but it's like, damn, that just kind of sucks.
Yeah, and the guys that you start watching when you were kids start killing over, you start feeling old, man.
Yeah. It wasn't even so much that, it's just after getting to hear his story, everything that he went through,
Yeah.
And then, he finally gets on track, he's doing good, and at least seems like he's okay with living. And then he friggin' breaks his hip, and
for a second time, no less.
What's that?
That's for a second time, no less. Same.
Yeah. And then, like, what are the odds of that blood clot coming loose and having 3 freaking heart attacks from it? Like, holy cow.
Well, it was 3 different blood clots. He had 3 of them. 3 blood clots. Yeah.
Was he
it was 3 blood clots that caused the 3 heart attacks. Well, we're up.
Was he vaccinated?
Don't know.
Hard telling with him.
Lots of blood clot issues with that.
I'm
not supposed to say that, but
yeah, no. This would have been a situation where you could have had blood clots even without the vaccine because of the injury and stuff that he had.
Yeah.
That was the first question I asked last night.
Yep. Keep us on the same page. seems to be like the standard go-to question nowadays. You find out somebody
this
died,
wasn't,
you're like, well, were they vaccinated?
this wasn't the standard random blood clot thing. This was blood clot from an injury that broke free from the injury area.
I should have been drunk. Stayed drunk.
No, that's the
clots.
problem. That's what he was
fine.
fighting to get off of, was being a drunk and a drug user.
You see, getting silver killed his ass. Damn quitter.
Well, and the good news is that the Fauci sauce isn't really targeting older people. Most of the blood clots and heart attacks they're looking to get are for the kids.
Oh, the athletes, right? Oops.
Yeah, it's surprising these top of their fitness athletes fall over dead for no reason.
Yeah.
18 and got a heart attack.
Okay, so does that mean they're not giving it to the tranny swimmers? Is that what's going on?
No, they're giving them something.
I just thought of something, but I probably can't say it on air. I'll say it off air.
Oh, hell, man.
Oh, this isn't your channel, man. You don't got to worry about getting a strike.
I know, but he's already gotten one misinformation BS. I don't want to get him a second.
If I don't get a strike from what I said earlier, oh, yeah, I was basically daring YouTube to give me a strike for this episode, and
right,
I'm sure
I'll assist with that then. So, well, no, there's always that talk. Like, I mean, I realize it was all conspiracy theory. Or maybe it's not conspiracy theory. I mean, it's only a conspiracy theory if majority of people want to think it's a conspiracy theory, but in all actuality, it could be the truth. With the whole, they're trying to make people sterile, which I'm not saying it's making people sterile, but population control. And what better way to control the population than to create something that is going to affect the majority of the population that would be childbearing?
Female ovaries. That's the word.
Well, no, there have been confirmed reports that old women that have gotten the vaccine have had who have been through menopause have had it reversed after getting the vaccine.
I have not heard that.
I bet that pissed some people off.
You really think that the quote-unquote elites like Donald Trump and Dr. Fauci and Barack Obama's children and Fauci's grandchildren, you think they put this experimental injection on these people?
Hell no.
Those exact people, no.
Yeah, they're the exact people who are telling you to put it in your arm and all your kids' arm as soon as they turn 20 years old.
In themselves. I thought you said you think they were putting it in people.
No. You think Barack Obama actually took, or Donald Trump actually took this COVID shot, this experimental drug?
Heck no.
I'm sure Biden did, because Biden's a moron.
Man, it's like the same thing with all that, some of that GMO crap, where half those facilities they won't even touch their own food. Yeah, they refuse to. Like, that should tell you something. If it's so good, then why don't they use it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, I'm going to get off here. Work's going to come early in the morning.
All right, Buck. Have a good night.
See you, Buck.
All
right, thanks for the invite, y'all.
I don't think Buck likes barbecue. Every time I jump in here, he's gone. I'm starting to think he's a vegan.
Wait too damn late. Get here on time next time.
Yeah, get here on time.
I was hoping he was going to jump out before I finished talking shit.
You got to get here on time, man. You're blind, not deaf.
All righty, y'all. See y'all tomorrow.
See you, Buck.
Yep.
Later, man.
If the deaf guy out there in the chat can be out there on time, you can be in here on time.
I know. The problem is my kid's getting them to sleep.
Benadryl.
I tried chloroform, but they seem to have developed an immunity to it.
See, I'm going to tell you. I'll give you a little secret that our doctor told us. Benadryl is not addicting, and if you only give them one pill, they can't overdose on it, and it'll make little kids drowsy.
Nice.
Oh man, you get Velcro by the sheet. You line a sheet with Velcro with the one half, and then you give them a nightie with the other side, and you just throw them in the bed. And don't worry about it till the morning.
And then for the next 2.5 hours while the kid's not sleeping, you hear.
Yeah, exactly. All you hear is Velcro tearing.
It still can't get off the bed because it's Velcro to the bed, but it can move just a little bit.
Yeah, that would probably be more irritating.
Hey, it'll tire him out, won't it? Shit. You can thank me in the morning.
You ever sit in a room with a special needs person who's got Velcro in their hands?
Yeah, we were doing it yesterday.
Oh my God, it gets annoying.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good sensory toy for a kid with autism.
Yeah, when I was going to the Christian school when I was younger, and we had to do like volunteer service as part of the curriculum, right? So I got to where I was working with the special needs kids that were going to the church, and there was this one. This was back when Velcro shoes were real popular when they first came out, and there was this one kid. He would take his shoe off, and he would put it back on.
Velcro shoes were never popular.
Oh yeah, they were. With little kids, yeah, they were.
Hey, that's like kindergarten Bart Simpson shoes.
That's what I'm talking about,
That's not
Rob.
popular, man.
With little kids, yes, it is.
Like
I said
polyester old kids. Man Velcro shoes. What's right? That's crazy,
dude. Because they had all the characters and shit on them, Rob. You don't remember, but yeah. Anyway, this one kid, he would take his damn Velcro shoes off and just sit there playing with the Velcro. You would get the shoe off of him finally after getting it out of his iron grip. Because man, I tell you what, them special needs people, man, they got that freakishly strong strength, even when they're little kids. It's crazy.
I like how he censored himself there.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, honest to God, dude, he had an iron grip. It was like you literally had to pry one finger and another finger to get the shoe off of this kid to get it back on his foot. If his parents or somebody would have came in and he didn't have his shoe on, then I get yelled at.
See, that's the problem with your generation. You punch that little kid in his face, and he'll stop playing with that shoe.
We're the same fucking generation, Kingpin.
He'll stop playing with that
Teach that little son of a bitch.
And he'll grow up and appreciate you. When he's 20 years old and his black eyes finally going away, you could be like, and then his reconstructive surgery is done on his face. He'll be like, man, I really appreciate that. That taught me a lesson.
No, you punch that.
If he can talk.
You punch that special needs kid, you're the one that's going to need facial reconstruction because he's going to beat the fuck out of you like he was a chimpanzee. Tearing the face off of the woman.
Oh, God. Yeah, this show is so bad, bro. So
offer the kid some candy when he's all paying attention to the one hand.
No, that's what you don't want to do. You did not want to give this kid candy. It makes it worse.
Hey, what you heard of a Louisville slugger?
Hey, better.
Just give him a club and it's good night.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They sell tasers at like every gas station now.
Man, you guys are underestimating these special needs kids.
I get 2 tasers. Hey, come on.
Oh,
kid,
man.
You tase that kid. Was that a mosquito?
Tell you, for the right price, me and Kingpin will work there. We'll straighten this place right out.
Yeah. That's right.
And don't pull that your generation shit. We're the same fucking generation, man.
Yeah, but I'm over here talking about punch that little kid in his mouth, and he'll learn.
And then he beats the shit out of you afterwards.
We need to have a social program so little Johnny can understand himself.
No, see, you punch that kid in the mouth.
Talk to him as he's choking you
the
out.
holy shit out of you before you know what they'll hit you.
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
remember
life has risks.
these special needs people, man. I'm telling you, they are freakishly strong.
But you see, you're missing the big picture. You're thinking that I just started this with this special needs kid. I'm waiting for that other little nerdy kid that gets on the bus and everybody makes him sit alone. The first time he starts acting a fool, punch him and bust his glasses all in his face, and then all the other little kids, even the special needs kids, will know, hey, you get on this bus and you act a fool, somebody's going to punch you in the face. And we never have to worry about little Johnny and playing with his shoe because he'll know better.
That's right. When worse come to worse, you keep really act up. Bus driver will throw your ass out when Rick's coming down the road.
Yeah, you don't want that because Rick don't like stopping for school buses.
That's brutal.
Oh man. Yeah, Rick driving down the road, just eating his open-faced grilled cheese. Next thing you know, there's some punk kid thinking he's getting off a school bus.
It's on toast.
I thought it was Welsh rabbit.
Isn't it like warm cheese on toast or something?
It's melted cheese on toast, but that you put in the broiler. Putting it in the broiler. What is the broiler a substitute
That's
for?
some lame. That's
Hold
some
on.
lame grilled cheese, man. That's like lazy grilled cheese. He's probably doing cartwheels in his chair right now if he's watching this.
We might be able to trick Rick into having mac and cheese. We just
slide it in a grilled cheese.
We just make the mac and
have
cheese
you ever done that
in the broiler, and then put a piece of cheese over it, and then cut it like a slice of bread.
Yeah, but have you ever actually made a grilled cheese with mac and cheese on it? That is good.
That sounds like way too much carbs. You need to eat a salad.
You know those peanut butter and jelly like pocket things that they sell at gas stations sometimes? They're like fully sealed. There's no crust or whatever.
Uncrustables.
It's peanut butter and jelly all in the same little pocket.
Yeah.
Like, we should send him a box of those, but switch one out with mac and cheese.
Oh, no. You know what you do? You got Sheets up there in New York, right, Rob?
No. I think it's PA. I only see him when I travel.
Oh. Well, have you ever had the mac and cheese wedges things?
No, I try not to eat fast food, toxic stuff, man.
Dude, no, these are good. It's mac and cheese that's been deep fried.
Yeah, and you probably got to order it off a touchscreen too, don't you?
Yeah, probably. No, because everything's like
touchscreen. I don't do that stuff.
But dude, they are so good. But we need to get some of them and send them to Rick and not tell him what it is.
Take a mom and pop greasy burger any day of the week. Yeah, I'm with you. We should sneak something Rick's way.
Have you had those barbecue? You know what I'm talking about?
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. What was that?
The deep fried mac and cheese things from Sheets.
Oh yeah, those are awesome.
I
don't like to get them because, gosh, it's a heart attack in a box. But, like when I've been with a friend or family member that gets them, they're like, "You want to try this?" I'm like, "Yeah, I guess." I'm like, "Oh wow."
Yeah, they are awesome.
I say their jalapeno poppers are freaking amazing too.
Basically,
did you
just censor yourself?
No.
It's like a loud. You were saying something and there was a loud beep.
Oh, I got a text message there. Sorry.
Okay. It sounded like it went off just like you were talking. It sounded like you censored yourself.
His toy needs new batteries.
Well, if your wife wouldn't friggin' wear it out, and I say it's gotta be. I'm just saying, I ship it there. She sends it back when it friggin' dies. I gotta friggin' rebuild the whole thing, send it back. Just buy a friggin' cement mixer already. I'm tired of these things coming back with cement on
them. Anyway, what were you saying before you censored yourself with your phone?
No, I was just saying their jalapeno popper bites are freaking incredible.
Yeah, I can't eat those.
And so they actually have some heat to them. I hate when I get poppers that, I mean, yeah, you get the good flavor of the jalapeno and whatnot, but there's no heat to it. It annoys the crap out of me. I don't think I've ever had the jalapeno popper bites at Sheetz that were not hot.
Our local pizza shop, they do the deep fried mac and cheese things too.
You know what I hate? I hate mozzarella sticks with no freaking cheese in it.
Doesn't that make it to where they're not a mozzarella stick?
Basically, there's like a little baked burnt residue on the outside of, so there you can tell there actually was cheese, but yeah, it all just disappeared.
Yeah, they overcook them. They explode. And if you overcook them too much, all the cheese will literally roll out, and you'll have the hollow crust.
It's like a damn hot pocket.
Getting ripped off is what it is.
The best one is still when Ghost went to McDonald's, went through the drive-thru and got a cheeseburger, and got out of the drive-thru. When he got out of the drive-thru with his food, opened it up, and there was no burger on the burger.
Wow.
Yeah, he had a bun with a melted piece of cheese in the middle.
Vegetarian.
So how the hell do you make a fucking cheeseburger and forget the fucking burger patty?
I don't know how the heck they melted the cheese with no patty there, because, I mean, unless they're preheating the bun.
Yeah. He got the McDonald's grilled cheese experiment. That's what he got.
Burger King puts your burger together and then puts it in the microwave before they wrap it up. So maybe McDonald's does that too.
Rick would have loved it.
Well, I know our Burger King here, normally they throw the patty, just the patty in the microwave. They don't throw the whole thing in.
Think about this. You're paying how much for this microwave mystery food that, you're always hungry later. Half the times this stuff gives you the runs, like Taco Bell, things like that. I mean, some of that food, you should get a deposit with it. If you leave it like outside, just undisturbed, it'll still be there a year later and look the same, but you can play hockey with it. Like cheese doesn't turn moldy, the meat doesn't get up and walk away.
This guy.
You're doing horrible things to yourselves.
I don't know, man. I've seen a moldy Burger King burger before, so I wouldn't go there, Rob.
Now, McDonald's is another question.
Like, it might be healthier just chewing on that plastic card for a little bit.
I won't lie. Like, a week or two ago, I ended up getting some of the spicy nuggets from Wendy's after my daughter's Girl Scout meeting, just because I needed to get something for dinner. And I was like, well, that's quick and easy. And I ended up leaving the bag sitting on my computer desk. And I was going to
red flag. Quick and easy. Great way to get herpes.
Who said I didn't already have them? Shit. Way to judge me. Don't assume what STDs I have or not.
Yeah, how dare you, Rob?
My gosh. Don't you realize it's 2022?
Don't you miss STD him? What's wrong with you?
Exactly. Gosh. Anyways, I ended up leaving the bag sit on my computer desk for like 2 days. And when I went to clean up my desk, I was like, oh, there's still a chicken nugget in there. And I was like, I wonder if this will kill me. And I ate it. Just for shits and giggles.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
It still tasted fine. Just as the same day that I would have got it.
It wasn't real.
It was a little stale at this point. It kind of weirded me out. I was like, that shouldn't happen. That should taste disgusting and make my mouth go numb because it's starting to grow mold shit. I was like, I don't know.
I can possibly maybe one up you with something my son did. We were on one of his band trips when he was in high school, for the school band.
Yep.
We go to McDonald's, and there is a chicken nugget sitting on the windowsill. It was there when we walked in. One of his friends dared him to eat it, so he did.
This one time at band camp is the way you were supposed to start before.
That's like a back of the head smack right there. Eating that shit. That's
No,
great.
that definitely one ups me. I mean, at least the nugget I had, I knew what had been going
Where it
on.
came from, yeah. Well, come on, you've seen like some people got their kids, like the back seat is an eating area. There's French fries in there from 2 weeks ago, and those French fries still look like they were bought yesterday. Now, make mashed potatoes and leave that pan laying around for a day or two and see what happens. You know what I mean? There's definitely something different going on there. It's not real food, man.
Well, the bread, like the buns and stuff, and all the bread that you get at all the fast food places come from the same place that all the grocery stores get their bread and all the restaurants get their bread. Mass production bakeries. So if you can't go to the local grocery store and buy a pack of buns and leave them out, then you're not going to be able to leave a McDonald's bun out because they came from the same place. Now, the meat and the cheese, if you look at cheese, like the cheese you put on your sandwiches, it doesn't say cheese on it. It says cheese product. They have to write cheese product because there's no scientific cheese in a slice of cheese that you put on your sandwich.
I've seen huge differences in breads. I've seen some breads that are just bad in 2 days, and they were delicious 2 days ago when you got them. And then I've seen other breads where, it almost seems like a damn month before they go bad.
Well, different breads are made different ways, plus certain. If you're making a million rolls for McDonald's in Pennsylvania, then there's going to be a little bit more preservatives in there for you because of the fact that the size of the dough that you're going to push and the distribution that you have to get from your department and spread it all out to all these McDonald's. But the same company that makes McDonald's bread, and when they're done printing out the ones that go in the McDonald's bag, they stop the machine, change the bags, and then run it for local grocery store around the corner with their label on it.
So we try to get the store buns or whatever, all that's store baked that day and stuff. They usually go bad quick, but we just buy what we're going to use that day. But if we buy, I don't know, Sara Lee bread or something like that, that shit'll sit there for 3 weeks, or it could.
I'm calling baloney. You're not buying Sara Lee bread. That's way too expensive.
Well, not typically, but a lot of times they don't have the cheaper bread. So we don't shop at Walmart with 500 rows of everything. So
yeah, he's going, hey, where's the day old bread for 99 cents? Thank you.
Nah.
Then he wonders why.
Seriously, but I think that's, and the stores probably do it cheaper. So I assume they use less stuff. But the Italian bread, everything tastes great. Spaghetti, chili, whatever, goulash. The bread's great, but some of that other stuff, it's just the bread's hard when you get it. It's in date, and it seems like it'll last forever.
They freeze.
It's weird.
Depending on how far the transport. And we're just going to stick with McDonald's in Pennsylvania, and there's one bakery in Harrisburg. I'm just making this stuff up. But as soon as that stuff goes in a bag and on a box and gets stacked, it goes on the back of a truck and it's instantly frozen. So they can distribute it all over the place. So as soon as you freeze it that way, it's going to change the taste profile and all the other kind of stuff. Where the stuff that you're talking about, we're going to make the same Italian bread here, not necessarily Sara Lee, they got their own place, but Safeway Italian bread. And it goes bad because they don't freeze it. They pack it in the box and they send it off to the truck, and that truck goes to the local Safeway and drops it off. So yeah, you're getting fresher bread because they're not freezing it and shipping it 500 miles away.
Anyway,
that
Gary said Yeah, Gary said, "Oh, come on! When we was kids, we ate leftover room temperature pizza the next morning, dude. When I was in high school, we would order 3 pizzas, and we'd be eating that on that all night while we were playing Dungeons and Dragons or some shit."
See, I agree with you, but food was dramatically different back then. Even how a lot of food's been, how often our crops get stripped, like the nutrients in the food, the actual ingredients. Some of it wasn't always better, but the food was more real years ago. Now everything's like super duper processed.
When we was kids, we ate leftover room temperature pizza. Who doesn't do that now?
And there ain't none left to have it be room temperature in the morning. You come here.
Yeah, if there's pizza left over in the morning that was good pizza, then I had my fill the night we ordered it. If I wake up in the morning and there's still some left, I'll smash some pizza.
I'll do leftover like real pizza, but I won't do leftover chain pizza unless I'm drunk. Yeah, like middle of the night and you gotta just eat something. That's different. And that's how I think places like Taco Bell stay in business, because you got to be crazy or drunk to eat that shit.
Rob is the only person I've ever met who could be both a tightwad and a snob at the same time.
I am, right? I'm a piggy son of a bitch, but. Oh, man.
Gary says his food comes from a place called Clover Valley.
G23. I'm not far behind you, buddy.
Yeah. Later. Have a good night, G23. Yeah, me either. Yeah. Like I said, I've been up since yesterday. So I don't know. Is Midnight even doing a show tonight? Because he didn't send any links out that I saw.
I said I didn't see any links.
Is she actually gonna let you sleep in the bed tonight, Rich?
I don't know why she wouldn't. I didn't do anything. You did. You're the one that owes her coffee.
Yeah, I'm waiting on my shipment.
I think Squib hinted that he would send her some, but I got to get him the new address. I forgot all about that until now. I mean, that's what you heard yesterday too, right?
I don't know. I heard something, but I can't say for sure. So I don't even know how it was. I was supposed to got wrapped in.
Right. You said something.
I'm trying to get a coffee supply from
Squib,
that's
like, Rob, you gotta get her some more flowers. And then she's like, no, she wants some of that expensive coffee or some shit.
Oh man. Squib better get on this shit then.
Mm-hmm. And I thought I heard him hinting that if I gave him the address, he would send some of that expensive coffee here for. So I thought that's what I heard. So I was asking you, is that what I heard? Was I hearing right?
I can't confirm or deny.
Rob, quit sitting on the fence, man.
Hey, I want my coffee.
You milquetoast fence sitter. You bad as Tim Pool.
I'll go ahead and spend Squippy's money. He said he was buying everybody like 10 pounds of that stuff.
He's just going to put it on the credit card.
Well, he deserves it.
That was a good one. I like
that. That's what his last video was. I deserve this or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did one not that long ago about putting it on the credit card too.
Karma's a bitch.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, yeah, I think we're gonna have to start wrapping this up. So, got anything you want to say before we get out of here, Rob?
Avoid that fast food. Eat a salad. Stay cool, folks.
Yeah, and don't forget your jar salad. If you were watching Rick's show, yesterday, you know what I'm talking about. What about you, Kingpin? Anything you would say before we get out of here?
Just give a big shout out to Grim 90. I seen he was out there. Have a good night, everybody.
Barbecue?
Want to remind everybody, put everything on credit cards. My debit card got hacked because it's not secure. Can't believe it. Just unfathomable. Make sure you put everything on credit cards. Those are secure, not your bank cards, because they're linked to your bank account. And be sure to support everybody that's on the panel.
Alrighty. So with that in mind, I'm going to play this, and because I didn't get to play for MKGO last night because of the seriousness of the conversation and the solemn occasion of what we were doing last night. So I'm going to play this now, which I play it every Sunday night anyway. So, but yeah, MKGO's favorite spot of the show, other than the kitten thing. So have a good night, folks, and we'll see you next week.
You guys are probably really scared right now, and I understand that completely. But I get the better of the deal, and even though it's 3 versus 2, you guys are outnumbered because we're better than you guys. Yeah, we are. We're legends in our own mind compared to you guys. Even though you guys got the egos, we have got the wrestling skill. And this guy right here, we're the Space Cowboys.